Well, as it's time, it's time now to go and give some advice to the drafters. Winter already got his. It's time for you to give out yours, Winter. I want to hear from you. What changes do you need to see in NoPing? What strategies do you need to try out? Because I think the Luna IO is done. Put it in the trash, honestly. Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Magnus Snapfire.
Wow. Copied the opening, huh? Maybe they had nothing else, and they were like, well, time to adapt.
Yeah, to be honest, Snapfire plus offlane is one of the pretty common offlane plus position for openings now. Usually you see, I think, Mars or Snap Tire Hunter. I think those two are more preferred compared to Magnus Snapfire because of the lane. I think it's a lot stronger with Mars or Tide in the lane.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't like that hero. That's game 3 material right here.
What,
one? Oh,
Silencer?
Silencer? Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out on this guy.
Let's go, Trent. Give me a rant.
What
Why
does
is Silencer
What
bad?
does he do?
He's smart.
Press R, bro.
Damage.
RP press R. Hello? Snapfire ulti press R. Hello?
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 It's sometimes it obviously, yeah, you know, there's some benefits, like if you're a feeder, you just make sure you always have buyback gold, and then it doesn't matter if you die, you just buy back ulti. That's kind of hype.
Oh my God. Oh my
Okay,
God.
that's the reason.
To be
Oh,
fair,
no.
Axel does like the feed. It's
Yeah.
part of his contract. He has to die at least 8 times a game, so like it's looking good for his pick then.
I will say
How does he die? Sorry, how does he die usually? Does he die because of the smoke gangs and the carriage hitting ancients?
No.
He's standing on the cliff.
No. Part of his contract is also that 50% of his deaths have to be in lane. He used to do this a lot. He used to be like, you know what? I think I can dive the tier 1. Axel, you're playing Disruptor. I can dive tier 1. Yeah. And he like will dive to harass. He does a lot of these Mimi plays. I think he's gotten a lot better at it recently, but he is known for dying a fair amount in the early game. Not to block smoke.
But,
but
I mean, it's a better laner than
please.
Wyvern, and it has a counterplay to the RP, so, you know, it does have that.
Did you watch the Beast Coast game, Trent? Because they ran it against Lava, and it actually looked really good.
That was because that wasn't fair comparison, because that game they picked Silencer early and the enemy still picked heroes that were shit against Silencer after.
Yes, but did you listen to the interview, Winter, or were you dozing
oh, yeah,
out?
Sure. I know.
Right.
They expected
Yes.
the enemy to do that, so they picked Silencer first.
Yes, next level play. That's genius, Winter. And now I'm assuming Infamous has similar inside information on NoPing.
That's pretty big brain there.
It is big. I was very impressed. Whisper was very chill about it.
Just pick Clockwork and destroy the Silencer. Go hook him.
Okay, are you on Trent's side now? Are you on the
pause
side
5.
of hating the silencer?
I mean, I think the hero has a lot of weaknesses. I didn't really like it the other day when I saw it. I mean, I'm sure it worked, sure, bro. But doesn't mean it's good.
Okay.
They played
Alright,
it both games,
It's easy to deal with him. You know, you just need some hero. You just need to see the hero. And draft a hero that can catch him. Because the other day
Ooh,
they
PL.
picked it early. Yeah, whatever hero that can get close. The other day the Silencer was picked early and the enemy didn't pick any hero that can kill the Silencer easily in the team fights.
That's true.
Dude, look how
It's like they didn't
nasty
care.
of a
They
PL
didn't
game this
care, you
is.
know. Oh, Silencer is a shitty hero. We don't care, and then they lose because of the Silencer.
Look, so we got PL versus Mars. We got PL versus Silencer. Come on, PL.
When was the last time we saw PL? I don't think I've seen the hero for a long time.
The hero's quite bad right now. But
No, here's what you do. No, watch. Okay, this is what's going to happen.
watch.
They're gonna pick not PL, and then Infamous are gonna pick Terrorblade +1, and then NoPing are gonna have the greatest PL game of all time.
If this happens, Trent, I think you get double your rate
points.
for today.
Yeah, then it happens, then they lose. They lose the PL. That's
true
the reality.
Okay,
Alright,
Ogre.
perfect.
This is not a good PL.
Oh my god.
Bloodlust
Ogre
empowered
Magnus.
PL, perfect.
Yeah,
Wait,
so they
didn't
can know
we
exactly which one's the real one all the time.
Didn't we see one of the drafts similar like this? Was it with the anti-mage draft? I remember it was like Ogre Magnus and then there's an elk in the game with an AM.
Oh, that was the Lumiere draft. Yeah, that was sorry, the Hokori draft. Yeah, the Hokori draft, where it was
They're
Al
gonna farm.
Gofflin.
That sounds
Yeah, I
disgusting.
think yeah.
I mean, I hope that's not it.
Did they lose the game or did they win or did they lose that game?
They lost.
They
They
lost,
lost, yeah.
right?
I'm
It was
seeing you know, with the ogre, who knows? Maybe they want to go back to the Luna. They're like, you know what? We deviated too far. We missed the IO. Well, let's go for the Luna still.
Yeah, they just bring it back.
Hey, don't blame the IO. It wasn't his fault, man.
I wasn't blaming the IO, that Winter. I'm just saying, it was a great strat. And we should go back to it. In my opinion, the PA is still open, right? I don't know why they wouldn't go for the PA here.
Well, you know, you were mentioning, you know, Empower and Bloodlust and identifying the hero. Like, you know, Brewmaster's really good at dispelling all of that. They could maybe find a 4 with a dispel, but they say, why dispel when you can kill?
I like
Guys,
that.
there's a game 3 already.
What? Okay, explain yourself.
Lion Silencer. Time to pick some heroes that can kill them.
Like PA?
PL.
Like PL, yeah, I like the PL. Yeah, okay.
Terror
If it's Terrorblade now.
Terrorblade.
Hey, wait, why don't we see like life stealers anymore? Yeah, did he get like hit by a nerf so badly?
He feels
usually.
Pretty bad. I think he's only played nowadays with a dual core. Like you have like a TA mate or something that can really carry and lifestealer.
Against this kind of silencer lion, back in the day, you would see like Storm lifestealer just jump them and then bye bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what it is? Is that BKB is 6 seconds. It's like, yeah, I don't even lifestealer anymore, man. Like lowest BKB. Everyone's so farmed now. Rage sucks.
Lifestealer isn't. He really isn't that farmed. Oh, but hey, Trent, he has an ability that every time it hits you, it slows you by 24%. Wow.
Oh,
I know.
If only,
if only I could buy Orb of Venom and get the same effect, but you know.
In Dota 1, it was 40% at level 4. It was called Poison Sting.
Oh, it's true. The old lifestealer.
Yeah, I think his old spells, it was what, Unholy Rage, Poison Sting.
And it was like Avatar. It was the Avatar thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ulti. I don't remember the first spell. I think it was Lifesteal or something. Maybe it was the Lifesteal spell.
Just Lifesteal, yeah.
Feast, yeah, Feast.
Wraith King.
That works. I'm still down.
This is still a PL game.
Yeah, still
honestly. The more you mention it, Trent, the more I'm sold. This is better. I mean, PA is bad now, obviously, because Wraith King. Where are you leaning towards, Winter?
10 seconds remaining.
I think PA is still okay against the Wraith King.
Go against the PL. Look at it. It's like the best PL game ever.
I hate. I mean, I don't know about PL, but PL is great against their lineup for sure. he can disrupt the fight easily against this silencer, mana burn the Wraith King. It's pretty annoying, and Wraith Kings don't go Radiance nowadays. I think if you're against a PL, I don't know what you buy, because usually the build now is what, Armlet, Deso.
Yeah, Dazzle.
Against PL, what do you get to buy?
Battle Fury.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mjolnir. Yeah.
Battle Fury.
Yeah, Battle Fury Wraith King. It's a new meta.
Okay, at least you're just the host.
Ha! Wow. Destroyed. GG, Winter. I wasn't actually genuinely suggesting that, you wanker.
I'll buy you dinner when you're back.
Thank you,
broth,
thank you. That's why I'm the host.
I'll buy you the broth, okay?
Where's the PA?
Oh.
Just the host could guess that, huh? Could guess that. Anyway. So
I mean, it was one word off, to be fair. You know.
one word, true. Why did you think that the Wraith King is still PA is still fighting against Wraith King, Winter? Can you explain that to me, please?
I think with Ogre and Magnus and Power and the Bloodlust, PA can beat any hero, you know. Can out-carry any carry.
Oh, okay.
I would say the hardest matchup would be just TB though, to be honest.
Right.
In this kind of scenario.
Because Wraith King is still a bit awkward, right? Do you buy like Mjolnir or MKB or something to deal with a PA? Like what's
you hate buying MKB on that hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Silver Edge maybe? I'm not sure which is better.
Yeah. But Silver Edge is still limited, right?
Sounds okay, because they don't really have great save on NoPing.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, 5 seconds. Do you kill the PA in just 5 seconds if it's just BKB activated?
5 seconds.
With the lion, you do. Yeah, no, it is tough. It's true.
I mean, if they get the jump and they click global, and they can definitely burst the PA.
Why is Kunkka lasting so long in these drafts? I think he got banned like last game. I feel like every other region I'm in, it's like Kunkka this, Kunkka that, safe lane, off lane. I'm sure I'm gonna get a position for Kunkka soon.
No, please.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, Lone plays Kunkka is actually a pretty good Kunkka game. Pretty good punish to the PA. Good against Magnus.
Yeah.
Space Creator.
Relatively safe. I mean, there's still Lina
Yeah.
for NoPing in terms of just like a solid laner that honestly looks pretty good this game with the Silencer and the Lion.
Dire team pick.
There's the Kunkka.
There's the Admiral.
And then do you respond with Lina here? Was that what you were suggesting?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, the only issue with Lina is that you can, if Lion rotates appropriately, or at 6 on Kunkka, you can kill her relatively easily because there's no save.
Yeah, Lina's gonna die a lot though this game.
Yeah.
Against these kind of heroes. I mean, that's the thing with Lina. That's the thing with Lina, you know, you pick her, even if she wins her, wait, what, Tide? Okay, so what?
Oh,
go
Magnus
Snap.
mid?
Magnus?
No. I was gonna say Snap maybe would be kind of hype, but maybe Tide.
Yeah,
mid?
Magnus
Who's mid? Magnus
Okay.
mid? That's actually a pretty good pick because Tide is very good against Wraith King in the lane.
Yep.
He can't really do much to you, and you have the Dispel, your Kraken Shell against the Global in the team fights.
Yeah.
And like I think overall they have a massive advantage in the 5v5 right now with this RP and Tide, even though they are up against this Global Silence and both.
Wow, that was a great pick. Excellent flex
Yeah.
in there, putting
Yeah.
the mag mid. That was definitely the problem with the Kunkka, because like the Kunkka gave them a lot in the draft in terms of like what their team was lacking, but then it opened up the melee versus melee matchup for the Magnus mid, right? They kind of got caught in that little bit of a trap there that happens sometimes. Very well done.
I mean,
Right.
this was the issue the last game, the offlane pick, you know, and I think this game they have a better offlane pick which counters the opponent. It fits their draft good in the lane against the matchup. So I think we're gonna see a game 3 here.
Okay. Trent?
Yep. Game 3, let's go.
Game 3. Let's see if it will be a game 3 or if Infamous will once again bedazzle us with their playstyle. Will they be able to make this draft work? We're going to have to see. For that, we have the casting duo bringing you the second match between Infamous and NoPing. It's Lacoste.
Very good. We're seeing a bit of a sub-meta develop now. Brazilian teams up against Infamous. SG did it in their series where game 1 they went with this IO, split pushy, move around the map and outfarm. Game 2, heavy team fight. Now NoPing doing the same thing. IO Luna game 1, try and outfarm and move around the map. Game 2, team fight galore. Lacoste, do you think it's going to go game 3 as well?
Yeah, even without seeing two last picks, I didn't feel like Infamous can like fix their draft so much. Kunkka, I don't think he's a game winner here, considering what he's playing into. Two supports is I'm most worried about for Infamous. Playing into PA with Empower and Bloodlust, and then you have Tidehunter to back you up, Snapfire to possibly put the Solar Crest on them or on you. These heroes are gonna melt. Like, we're talking about some super fast timing, Phantom Assassin with either like Deso, or you want to get a Maelstrom, something that Skeeter did. He didn't even have Empower in the game. It was a kind of a hybrid build, something that like a lot of analysts and some players that I talk to still feels like you're missing the timing on Phantom Assassin in certain games if you go for Battle Fury. So it's most likely gonna be Deso into BKB, and then you have like this strong timing. You have Roche opened up. They have a ton of minus armor, a lot of damage to just kill the Roche and kill towers with. So I'm really worried about Infamous. They need to pop off in the lane. By pop off, I mean, I don't know. This needs to be
10-0.
pretty much, yeah.
Battle begins.
That's a rough one. Hey, what happened to like Sandra Nyasha on PA? Is that just an indication of the times where people are playing faster and we need BKBs faster? Has SNY kind of dropped off?
It's okay maybe to get it as a third item. You're playing against Lion, so status resistance is always going to be great. They pretty much every hero has a stun or some kind of disable. So it's not a bad choice. Maybe as a third item, tank up a bit.
Okay.
There has not been so far a game in South America where there's no pause at the start of the game.
Yeah, we need a little bit of time just to collect our thoughts, figure out exactly where we're heading.
At
As it
least
looks
the ones
like
that I'm casting.
Yeah, I think I've had it as well. But what's KJ doing? Is Ogre going to block the small camp, I assume, with that sentry ward? Yeah, looks like it. Stop alone from getting any extra farm with his Tidebringer.
You're playing
Double
against
wards
Kunkka.
again around that mid lane for the
You
Dire
want to
team.
block the small camp. I'm also want to see what this mid Magnus does. You still want to be some kind of a damage dealer. You do not want to fall off. So getting Echo Saber into Blink Dagger, or if you want to, like, depends how the lane goes. Getting Blink Dagger into Echo Saber is also fine. If he feels he can get away with Echo Saber first item, that's cool. Because that means you're going to be able to farm up your Blink Dagger much faster. Skewer back onto the tower on a mid lane. Tower will only hit him once.
What did you expect?
And that Blink Dagger is pretty useful if you look at the lanes that he gets to play into, right? There's Tide, Snap, plenty of stuns and slows for Blink RPs, to Blink Skewers to come on in. And Ogre, such a great hero, just walking into a fight, baiting people to surround him. To open things up for the Magnus as well. I wouldn't be against that. Right now, KJ walking straight towards Michael. A dagger from RDO, a couple of whacks and an ignite. Try and keep that Lion at bay.
He gets it on both heroes, something that you want to do. You kind of try to isolate them, but you can also play with the RNG. A lot of slow in this lane. Phantom Assassin has Orb of Corrosion queued up. This is the item that you can skip if you don't plan to go Battle Fury, because it delays it by so much. So in this situation, I think it's justified. They hit level 2, so they could potentially try to go on Lion. But Ogre's only level 1, so we'll see. Blink Strike still available.
What did you expect?
Just throwing this continual chip damage over and
Ogre's
over,
dead.
but Ogre's the one that gets turned on. Michael, Fairy Fires, stays alive for a second longer, and with that magic stick, he might slip away from the PA. RDO, the creeps block the Lion, he pings it out, he's upset. Stupid melee creeps making me die. But a trade out there and a 1-for-1 first blood goes to Infamous. But RDO gets a trade out.
KJ brings in the Healing Salve and a full Magic Wand for Phantom Assassin, so that means she's gonna be full HP, pretty much, and also the Blightstone, bringing the Orb of Venom. Lion needs to be careful. Even though they got the first blood inside of Infamous, it's still a good trade for NoPing, where Phantom Assassin gets some solo XP, that means she hits level 3, and now Lion could be in a bit of a trouble if they decide to just keep on harassing him. This Magic Stick's doing fine, but you still need to be very careful about the jump once you get... Like, if you misuse your Earth Spike, like, this is go time for Ogre and PA.
Absolutely is. And down in that bottom lane, Silencer's trying his hardest just to put Arcane Curse, do a bit of damage here and there. But his small camp looks like it is warded up with a Dire Sentry. No pulls available from there. Attempting the large camp, but doesn't look like he'll be successful. And I also like what Tide's doing here. We saw that Bracer in the previous series. Now he's got himself Quelling, Ring of Protection, and bringing a... Oh, Michael. Help from the spears there. Lion still being gone on as he hexes the PA. RDO just going to have one more tap.
He is more than fine.
Another kill.
Had 14 Magic Wand charges plus a Fairy Fire. Ogre doing a very good job keeping him alive. Gonna be full HP, and once Lion joins again to the top lane, they can start playing aggressively. Because Phantom Assassin didn't use the Magic Wand, which means killing her this time around is gonna be even harder.
It sure is. Silencer does get that D-ward, so pull camp open to him. But I don't know, handling this Tide now with Ring of Health, Magic Stick, he's pretty much untouchable, and that opens up Lacoste to be able to roam around potentially, guard runes, stack camps, or just come back and play in the lane and hunt the Silencer as they make the move on him with that minus armor and Cookie. Good stun from the Wraith King to slow them down a little bit, and Axel, Fairy Fires.
It's only level 1 curse. That doesn't do much. 1-1-1 build on Silencer. You want to be very active with this hero. Problem is you're playing into Tide Hunter, so that means you're probably not gonna get a kill on him. Might get a trade kill on Snapfire, but you are probably dead. And Raging picks up the solo XP. Top lane, I think that we should just focus on this lane, because not much happening on the other lanes.
And Mars, it looks like he might be dying here, but he's got boots and a Fairy Fire. He was expecting that dagger to come towards him. Yeah, you're right. Ogre and PA just getting right up in their faces while farming away at the same time. It looks like Alone's Kunkka coming to the triangle to stack up some camps. Torrent there. Not going to get the Ancients going.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's been a lot of this going on. Like Magnus slips back into a small camp. Both of them getting tons of CS in addition to the lane creeps they're getting.
A lot of farm trade. Not much happening except the top lane.
Matriarch will prize.
Ogre going back to base, buying another healing cell, top tier stuff, very flashy gameplay right there. Very impressive.
High skill.
Top tier skill. We need to do something about that. I don't know if heard some players
regen
talking
sharing?
about. Yeah, I'm not necessarily region sharing, but it's kind of boring. The laning stage, how it is with the pool camps and everything, and especially spamming position 5, spamming healing cells. Ooh, Mars in a lot of
Go
trouble.
on the Mars. He's got Rebuke and Spear, both at level 2. He would like to spear the PA back, but yeah, Ogre plants himself in front to make sure Ardio could still give chase if he wanted to. While in the mid lane, Analog's being hunted by Alone, Xmark and the boat, but there's an RP to slow things down, and the boat actually misses. Mistimed, but there by Alone. And Analog, he's on the run back, but look at who's joined. Michael's Lion making the rotation in. 2 supports to help the Kunkka kill off Analog's Magnus, while Ardio slays Sacred up in that top lane.
It's very hard for Sacred to play that lane alone. He is keeping the spear for as long as he can, but 2 supports showing, making a rotation means he needs to hug the tower. Problem is they see him. There's a ward near tier 1 tower on the top lane, so they can easily just jump him. Now Phantom Assassin got level 6, which means coup de grace. Kinda hard situation. He's itemizing correctly, I would say, going for the chainmail instantly to try to reduce any kind of damage, but it's not enough. Oh,
He's gonna get hunted regardless. Well, it's level 6 Tide, isn't it?
Going for Hand of Midas.
Monster's level 6 with 14 denies on this Tide Hunter, 40 last hits as well. It has been a 1v1 for a little bit, but yeah, how do you feel about the Hand of Midas?
Not good. You are missing out on a timing. Hand of Midas, very, very situational. I think once you get the Armlet Deso, you can deal with these supports. You're not the best hero against Phantom Assassin, so you want to like deal with the rest. You want Kunkka and Lion to deal with PA pre-BKB.
Well, we know how much Lumiere loves to farm. Definitely an indication of that. And he can level up his ulti here if he wants to. Holding a point for reincarnation, but he'll just die instead.
Understands that he's dead. He knows there is Ravage available on Tidehunter. So what he needs to do right now is TP to the top tower, and he has no skeletons, but definitely needs to make some kind of rotation top, because bottom tower feels pretty dead. You can't TP into this farm PA and also Tidehunter's Ravage, so you need to make a rotation on a different side of the map.
Oh, good little courier pick up there as well. Making sure Silencer couldn't deward. I'm just looking at these stacks on the left-hand side. Radiant Triangle. Alone can clear these large camp stacks, sure, but who's going to clear the Ancients? Because Wraithkin can't yet, can he?
Kunkka. Kunkka will.
Okay.
Love this play from NoPing. Monster parks himself bottom, which means they can't take the tower. They bloodlust him to look even scarier, and then he TPs to the top tower, stops any kind of push. So the only way Infamous can play right now is pretty much mid. Let's see if Analog reads this properly.
Yeah, he knows something's going on. Sits back near his small camp. Blink dagger queued up. Closing in on it. His tower is pretty low though, 300 HP. And Xmark Torrent comboing in with a great cookie. Theo Lacoste gets him right out of danger, straight over the walls of the arena, while Alone wants that tower, but he's being chased down by Ardio now, and Magnus, yes, is hexed up for a sec, but he's still holding that RP, and Kunkka's dead anyway. They didn't need to spend the RP, this PA is going ham.
They also saved the tower. I don't think you want to deny the tower, you can still play around it. Especially if they have a glyph, which they don't. But it might reset. Phantom Assassin's massive. She's gonna have that Battle Fury, Deso timing relatively quickly, farming the stacks with the Empower. Empower is maxed out because it's a mid Magnus. Ogre even gonna stack Ancient Camps one more time.
Another good cookie. And Magnus skewers to high ground. X marking Snapfire now. Alone switches targets. Not sure if KJ... Oh, he's just going to save the Snapfire there with a quick ignite and stun. Nothing to be gained by Infamous so far in his first 10 minutes. And a quick deny on that tier 1 tower as well.
That cookie was top tier. Getting out of Arena, getting out of Kunkka's combo. It was freshly baked out of Grandma's oven.
Delicious. Yeah, we see it back on the replay. Analog straight out of there. And then they're able to turn back onto that Kunkka. Alone. When he has a regen rune in his bottle, he pops it, but he's like, well, 5 heroes surrounding me. No way to escape. There's a Shadow Blade queued up on Kunkka. Going straight for that. So no armlet, no halberd. Not tanking himself up. Going straight for the invis.
A lot of value from Silver Edge. Not sure if it's needed to go for it immediately. You want to break Magnus, break Tidehunter and Phantom Assassin. This is 11-minute Deso plus Empower Phantom Assassin. Few supports, they might die. Like once you get that level 12, I think supports just straight up die from a dagger if it's a crit.
Just one hit and they're gone.
Yeah.
I guess it's go time for Infamous now, right? Shadow Blade on Kunkka, Blink on Mars. Wraith King's going to AFK farm with his Midas.
Yeah, you can play with other 4 heroes. He might decide to join, still keeping a point. 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, still keeping a point if he wants to have ulti available.
Is that how you count in Croatia? 1, 2, 3, 7?
Yeah, because I'm doing math while I'm counting.
Oh, yeah. Four steps ahead. Production's confirming as well. 4 steps ahead of the rest of us Europeans. What is the move though for Infamous? Who do they go on? As a global, they find the Magnus. Can we cookie him out of this dangerous spot though as they jump in with RDO? Now an Arena Spear in on towards them. The kisses are good though as well. And the Ravage in the back. Finding 4 of them, stunning them with the tentacles as Lumiere is going to slap into the Ogre. KJ's gone, so a 2-for-2 trade. Alone, Invis running away, trying to escape. Lumiere, oh, he's slipping out of this one, but Reincarnation will bring him back up. The trouble being, he's surrounded.
Minus 12 armor, minus 15. He just disappears. Like, they used everything on Mag, the global silence, because Cookie was available. So I think it's justified to use it there. FPS. We'll come back shortly. Arena was good on 2, but there's no follow-up. They already used everything, and then Snapfire from the backline. Snapfire's job in this game is like never use Mortimer's Kisses until you see Global Silence, or if Silencer dies. One of the issues with Infamous supports is they don't build into any kind of armor items. Never. You can't itemize. Getting a Solar Crest sounds great against Phantom Assassin and all the minus armor that they got, but that's not gonna happen because it's just doesn't look good. Like, you're gonna have a Blink Dagger, a Glimmer Cape, maybe a Force Staff, but yeah, getting armor on these 2 heroes is kind of meh.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Just by the puppy buckler.
Buckler and the chainmail. Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you want to get a Ghost Scepter eventually, but it's gonna take a while.
Good
okay,
luck.
Silencer has 1 queued up. All good. Just needs 1,500 gold.
That's all he needs. The trouble being, he won't be getting any gold for another 25 seconds because he's dead. And tier 1 tower under attack by Monster, who just plonks himself in front of the rest of his team. Michael also very distant from his Blink Dagger, which is something it feels they desperately need, is that immediate snap jump into action. It looks like it's going to be delay as Lumiere... Yeah, I've just seen what he's got queued. This is a flashback.
It's
Blast
no good.
from the past.
This hero, you're missing a huge timing. Like, when you say Armlet Deso is the build, I think only time Armlet Radiance is justified, even though it's also a missed timing, is maybe if you're playing against any like type of illusion hero, like Naga Siren, maybe. PL, I think PL is the biggest one.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just classic Dota 2, you know, the game gets faster and faster, patch after patch. Everyone's looking for those little increases in momentum and efficiency. When you've got, like, Wraith King buying Hand of Midas into Radiance, it's not just a small window that you're giving your opponents, but it's a 20-minute window of, I'm playing 4v5. I've got 1 hero that is PvEing, and the rest of my team is trying to do stuff. It also feels pretty rough when, you know, Sacred buys this Blink Dagger and he wants to go and create some chaos get involved with a Shadowblade Kunkka. They have to fight. They have to go and do stuff.
There it is, Gary. You ask for S and Y. That's what Phantom Assassin has queued up in quick
Nice.
buy. Yeah. We said a lot of value, a bit of tankiness. Status resistance is the key. It allows you to like break the possible combos if they're not executing properly. Probably status resistance is the greatest thing you can get against Lion. Let's see if PA decides to buy like a dust, or if do they have it Ogre. He has a dust and a sentry. They also
They've got
are
one
sitting on one
pre-placed.
sentry.
Alone. Just outside of the range of it right now.
Scanning.
RDO and KJ come back in as Kunkka, Silencer, get on top of the Ogre. They're also TPing the Lion down here. No, they cancel that. He's going to stick top instead. Yeah, the Ogre's just so tanky. Can't really be going on him.
When you're
Tide
playing
Hunter just make sure that tier 1 top is safe and sound.
When you're playing mid Magnus and you have hero like Phantom Assassin, that also means you need to sacrifice a little bit of your own farm. Since you need to follow Phantom Assassin, and it also means you're not getting the camps close to where you were standing. You want to prioritize her farm.
Yeah, it does leave him a little bit behind, right? He's lower net worth than the Tide Hunter even. Like Tide is opposite side of the map, getting full waves, full jungle. Yeah, you're right. Magnus slipping a little bit.
Their team fight
Still
is
ahead of the Wraith King.
super strong. Having Magnus and Tide Hunter. But also heroes that can walk in. Like Tide Hunter just say what up, show up in the middle of a fight, and then you have Magnus initiation. You also have Ogre who doesn't really care whether he dies or
Radiant's
not.
top tower is under attack.
They just walk and say what up to the tier 1 top lane. No cares. They do have Glyph on the Radiant. They are preoccupied elsewhere though. Don't even bother with a Glyph.
Has fallen.
Lumiere now 600 gold or less now, 400 away from the Relic. If you can clear this creep wave, get the tier 1 tower, he will be reasonably close to the Radiance.
Dire structures are
But Roshan's being taken. NoPing are in the pit, and if we thought the PA was scary already, having an Aegis on her as well, oh, man, it really does compound the issue. And it looks like NoPing are coming down to defend their tower. Skewer back on the Wraith King, obliterated by the minus armor. His first life didn't really show off anything, and now the PA's on top of him. Lumiere just getting hacked and sliced apart by RDO's PA. The rest of his squad scattering to the wind, running the hell away.
middle tower is under
I don't want to be a downer, Gary, but this one, not looking good. Says 4k gold lead on top. It's misleading. To me, if I'm having a read on this game, this is more like 14k at this point. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate.
No, it really does feel that way. With Aegis PA, she's level 13. And Power, Bloodlust, still only level 1. Still good enough. Medallion on Snapfire. And the fact that they're choking out the map as well. Infamous can't push tier 1s. They can't farm their own triangle. And you've got Lumiere TPing to bottom outpost. Scrambling and desperately trying to get what little farm remains out on the map. And the world gets incredibly small, cold and dark for Infamous. Michael's Lion is hunting for any straggling bounty runes.
A bounty.
Tumblr's toy into that dire side of the map, but he's been scouted. They know the Lion is out there. They don't care. NoPing in the prime position.
Radiant
Hold the high ground.
under attack.
Push into mid and top lane. And Monster's going to come and even cut that mid wave as well to make it a little easier for themselves.
Red King
He's
finally
speared back.
finished Sacred Relic. It's still not Radiance. Needs another 1,000 gold. One more Hand of Midas usage plus a tower. We'll get him closer.
So, honestly, the fact that Mars spears the Tide behind tier 3 tower and Monster just like, nah, I really just don't care. I'm going to kill the creep wave in front of you. and then walk away is a massive indication of how this game is going.
Tower is under attack.
20 minutes in, they get 2 tier 2s. Still holding Aegis for another, what, 2.5 minutes? What does Radiance even do for the Wraith King here?
Good question, Gary. Mischance
He dies-
against Phantom Assassin. I don't know. It's just not a good item here. Like, I'm trying to stay positive, find something that is good. A huge missed opportunity.
Okay, so what does he buy next then? If, you know, he's committed to Radiance, that's what's happened. Midas Radiance is there. Does he go for, like, Blade Mail next? Does he need a BKB? Does he want Swift Blink?
Maybe
I
one
just can't
extra...
see the progression.
I actually don't know what you buy after Radiance. BKB, you're playing into Ogre, they could ruin you. Like, you still need to be able to stand your ground and deal damage. Maybe he's not gonna even be able to finish Radiance. Let's see, he's getting close. He's got it.
Oh my
He's got it. All good. Hands off keyboard.
Okay, he has his Radiance. He's dead for 40 seconds.
Magic wand.
Yeah.
That's next in his quick buy. Going for
Very
big
nice.
items. Go big or go home. Okay, I don't mind
Oh, he's
having
buying
Halberd.
Halberd.
Multiple
I was gonna say
against BA.
he should
bad.
roleplay as Alchemist. He should roleplay as the old Alchemist. Go Radiance, Manta, Octarine, and just split push and control the map. Hope
Kind
that
of
you can drag this game
disgusted
out.
by
As...
what you just said. I can't believe that was a thing.
Man, the good old days. Radiance, Manta, Octarine, Alchemist.
Radiant's bottom
I mean, it's one way to play if you're this far behind. You know, map control, you can't underestimate what it gives you. Cutting waves. But he doesn't have, you know, boots of travel or anything, so it's a little bit awkward. But now they're all hemmed in their base. They are bunkering down. Only one hero showing on the map from Infamous. That's the Mars, who's going to probably blink and TP back home in a sec.
Still a 4k gold lead after taking the tower, so that means Infamous is getting the farm out on the map. Okay, question for you, Gary. You're Silencer in this game. You have just freshly purchased Ghost Scepter. You see a dagger flying towards you. Do you pop it or not?
Yes, I do. I'm scared. I press buttons.
There's the Aegis.
Is there a punchline to this?
No, I was just wondering if you would, because like first time you're probably not gonna press it, but if you die instantly, then you're gonna be next time I'm using it. If I see dagger at all, if I see PA, Mars.
Yeah, half HP and an RP. We've got that jump in as Axel is going to get ravaged as well, even through the Ghost Scepter, skewering him across towards that high ground as that PA and Magnus find two reasonably simple kills. 2 ultis expended though, RP and Ravage now down for a good 2 minutes. And you look at the rest of the map. Alone, Lumiere, they're out there, they're farming. Michael's clearing camps as well.
top tower is under attack.
It's getting a little bit interesting. 4k lead still just plateauing out. It's been held at this for a good, what, 5-6 minutes.
Carry to carry matchup is not good for Braid King.
Oh,
It's
is it
not,
not?
it's not so much about focusing each other in a fight. That's not what they want to do. They want to deal with the rest. Now Phantom Assassin has that BKB. It's about being able to lock down on certain hero, mostly supports. You've seen Magnus in the previous fight using RP on Silencer. Like, what are you gonna do about it? He popped Ghost Scepter, kept himself long enough to be able to use Global Silence, but the fight was already over, so no point in doing it.
And a smoke from Infamous. Kunkka, Silver Edge cooldown for 2 seconds. They're leading out with a high ground observer ward. RDO, the first one to make the move though. Michael, destroyed by the hits and crits as Lumiere is dropping for the first time in Alone's boat. Well, it doesn't do too much. RDO's BKB giving the cover he needs. Lumiere and Alone trying to move forward. In with the arena we go and focusing the PA. Doing some serious damage onto RDO and disarming the Phantom Assassin as well, but the Wraith King dropping to the Mortimer's Kisses. Gets one stun out at the very end, but Sacred now down. And NoPing just clearing through this fight.
They were close, but they call it. I'm
It's
not
over.
surprised that they call it, because the game looked pretty over when we talked about the 4K gold difference. Phantom Assassin, too many steroids for her in this game, and they couldn't do anything in the lane. Like, panel talked about it. This support duo is just not great. It's bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, item build and Wraith King also,
Not a thing anymore.
questionable. No, it definitely used to be, but yeah, a massive 20-minute window where Wraith King just wasn't a hero pretty much throughout just throughout the whole game, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, 10 minutes in, it felt like NoPing had that victory. They close it out. They make sure that they hit their timings and execute their draft. Well done by them. And back to the drawing board for Infamous, I guess, for Game 3, as we'll head back to the panel, and they'll talk some more about Dota 2.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the panel. Our panel, once again, ever so right. You guys guessed the draft. Our panel, ever so great. You guys guessed the draft twice. What a genius. Yeah, what a genius analyst panel that we had. Indeed, they guessed that this draft was not going to work really nicely for them. The rating did not look as great or good at all, and they would kind of run over. Who would have thought? NoPing changed their strat and it worked.
Wait, what hero did you say?
Wraith King.
There was a Wraith King in that game?
He was definitely not the king in that game.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Well, where was he, Avo?
Well, mostly dead, which is surprising because it's a whole ability. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Reincarnation. They didn't seem to do much that game. You just get killed twice. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Hand of Midas, more like Hand of Dead.
Wow. Next level wordplay, Winter. Thank you so much. So to me, I don't know if you guys would agree, but the Magnus pickup or the Magnus Flex was what kind of ended up determining the game. Would you guys agree with that? Because Analog was incredible.
Yeah. I think that was just a sick call. Great abuse of that like late pick Kunkka, where typically like he's a hero that's hard to beat in lane and like really shut down, so that he'll be irrelevant, but he gives you openings to make flexes like that. Just perfect. And going beyond what you'd expect from a Magnus too. You know, it's not just like the empower bot and stuff, like getting that extra bit of oomph coming out of the mid lane to actually empower your team through the team fights as well with good RPs, good spell usage, and honestly just pretty much a complete runaway game here, frankly.
Oh, we saw the highlights there just now. I'm not sure if you guys noticed at 9 minutes, the PA, he TP'd middle to defend the tower. Like, I felt like that was such an important play in this one. Yeah, that was such an important play in the game itself. Like I always say that carries nowadays, you can't really wait for your team to make space for you and get rich yourself. You have to get rich with your team. You have to make it easy for your team to play at the same time that you are farming. If you cannot do that, if you cannot do that, the game is gonna be really difficult for you to constantly just want to farm, you know. And I think having the Magnus means that you don't have to buy better for it. Obviously, it's making it easier for the PA to come to the fights as well. But I think the mindset is key right now as a carry. You always want to look to help your team if you can.
I'm very glad that you mentioned this, because if you guys have watched RDO for a while, particularly in Bait or even in lower division last season, that was actually one of his biggest weaknesses, something that Caster's constantly talked about. It's like RDO, he wants to 1v90 or 1v5, sorry, but
1v9.
he doesn't mix. Yeah, well, sometimes. He has it when he was on Bait, but he doesn't want to create space for himself. He's usually like a very selfish carry, like very old style, you know, the black HFN style heroes where they would just go and farm all game and not actually help their team. And we're seeing a lot of change for RDO, particularly now, I guess, because he's in a team that has a coach and a really vocal captain in King Jungles. And it's wonderful to see a player improve even now, right? We're talking about the young talent. RDO not so young anymore, but you can tell by these improvements that he's still very hungry. And I'm glad that you pointed that out, Winter, 'cause that's a very good storyline for him.
Yeah, going back to what you said said just now about him being able to accept criticism and able to change. That's also one of the reasons why when you asked, I think in the previous panel, you asked me if I were to put a team together, what was the composition that I would want to have, and I always I always prefer to have young players plus old players right now, because empty cups are easier to fill, and most of the seasoned players, they play like 3, 4, 5 years. When you tell them something that you need to change or you need to adapt to, they kind of they tell you okay, but they don't change. It's hard for them to change, or they still do the same thing. And then at the discussion at the end of the game, you're talking about the same things again. He go, yeah, I know, but I can't help it. I see the creep wave there. I want a TP and farm. And then the coach is like, how many times did I tell you, don't use your TP like this? You see, after your TP, they push top and you can't come, and we give up the tower. Shit like this.
I feel like you had this
habits.
conversation.
Yeah.
I think you gotta name names here, dude.
He says the coach when he means myself entirely.
I don't want to die. If I say names, I'm gonna die.
Okay, right. That's scary, Winter. But yeah, he's totally right. I think we saw this here. And Trent, Infamous, also an empty cup. They can easily be filled as well. What is it that need to change for this next game? What would you like to see before we go to the break?
Well, I mean, straight up, it was like 5v4. The draft, maybe it was that good at the end with a Tidehunter to slow down the Wraith King and everything, but I think that abandoning and trying to go for this like late game play was just kind of strange. Maybe they just felt like they were so comfortable after game 1 that like, oh, but if we get away with this, the game will be easy because like our Wraith King will be so huge. And I feel like just go back to all together, all for one for all sort of strat, and Infamous will be fine.
Okay. We're going to have to see if Trent is correct, and if they go back to, a team play, who would have guessed that in Dota, they would do a better job. We're going to have game number 3 starting shortly. Before that, though, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be back with the next draft between Infamous and NoPing. Stay tuned.